Here's the grid then, round 18 of the championship. Charlie Hand on pole with Josh Porter, who was a very lucky boy yesterday. He's on his outside. Nathan Harrington, the 2020 champion, returns for a one-off at the moment. Tom Ovenden, champion-elect, we probably can say, is next from Nick Tandy. Yes, you read that right. Nick Tandy on row 3 with Nathan Edwards completing our first 3 rows. Then it's Jensen O'Neill going. Harry Campy on row 4. Alex Solly and Owen Hillman next up from Cam Richardson and Ned Anthony completing row 6. Alex Brandon in one of the cars sporting the new bodywork. Brent Bowie next to him. 2 drivers, in fact a number of drivers that non-finished yesterday. Lewis Selby and Albert Webster. Albert running the new bodywork as well. Harry Hickton and Max Edmondson off the back. It's going to be a very interesting quartet coming through the field. And then on to JCW Sport. Will Crooks on pole position with Nicky Gauci, the Maltese driver, alongside. Chris McKenzie is next up from Ben Crossley, Archie Johnson and Henry Howarth. And that championship very, very much alive with Henry Howarth at the back, having won yesterday, closing in on Archie Johnson, the sport points leader. In terms of JCW overall championship leader, Tom Ovenden leads that. He was telling me this morning that he just needs to finish this one, which is a shame for Lewis Selby and a shame for our fans that wanted a bit of a last couple of races showdown. But that's the way it is. Obviously, we need to give a shout out again to Jamie Osborne, not fit to race this weekend, unfortunately not past the medical. Wish you well again, Jamie, obviously. Every cloud has a silver lining, and that is that we got Nick Tandy in his place to try and get the Napa team some points for the team championship. Yeah,
exactly. So I believe he's not scoring points as a driver.
No, but he is as a...
But as the team championship is concerned, and that's how seriously they're taking this, bringing in a Le Mans winner. Watching some social media, as I do in the hotel at night before I go to sleep after watching Liverpool get beat on Match of the Day, which was a disaster.
I'm not laughing that hard, really.
But I was looking at, you can see Tandy there in the 28. Jake Hill posted a picture of himself clambering the fence near enough at Graham Hill Bend, saying everybody is a Nick Tandy fan as he watched the mini challenge. So brilliant coup for the championship, and I really hope he had a podium yesterday, but I really hope he can be spectacular and get us a win sometime today.
Not many drivers with his reputation would come and put the reputation on the line. I mean, it is a serious issue, isn't it, getting him out here?
Absolutely, yeah. But like I said in live stream, he is like the most naturally talented person as a driver I've seen. But look, it's about to get going.
It is. Hand and Porter on the front row of the grid. Nathan Harrison, the ex-champion, is back. Maybe to have a look for next year. Lights go out. We are racing. Good luck, everybody, for the penultimate race of the year. It's cleanly away at the moment. What's going to happen as they go down to paddock? Porter was all over the shot yesterday, looking on the outside of Ovenden. He's got to do the same thing here for Charlie Hand, who leads, gets a little wobble on, loses a bit of momentum. Porter will have seen a little bit of that. We've got, I think, Alex Brandon, that is, off in the gravel at the back, but Porter trying the outside, but Charlie Hand holding his nerve here. So he come down into Graham Hill Bend for the first time.
Great start from Charlie Hand, got it off the line well, but the overlap come from Josh Porter, but he's going to have another overlap now. Is that Nick Tandy there having a look on the back of Ovenden? But that was a great start. Unfortunately, there was no contact down at Paddock Hill Bend. Can they just get round here? Everyone misses the apex near enough, but it's all go.
Yeah, get yourselves through the first few corners, sort out that first lap, and then maybe have some battles, which is nice and clean, which is what we want to see. Charlie Hand here. Look at this. Tandy's having a go at Nathan Harrison. Brent Bowie is off, which is a shame. He's in the sustainable fuel car. Harrison, what's happening with Harrison's car?
He's had contact with someone. Left rear is smoking, but not hard. But that, to make that bodywork smoke, will he have damage at the rear of that car? Looks like both sides have had a hit. Looks like he's crabbing that car. Harrison's car looks like it's crabbing in a straight line. Doesn't
look too good. Somebody looking good there, making the move up the inside was Nathan Edwards going on the inside of Jensen O'Neill going. Nathan with pretty much a lot more, obviously, JCW experience than Jensen, as Harry Hickton gets squeezed out onto... You get track limits for that there.
Yeah, he won't be gaining any advantage, I'll tell you that.
That's for sure. So there is Lewis Selby in the 18 car. We've got Max Edmondson as well in front of him, the Valvoline car of Lewis Selby, who had a little coming together. I don't think there was a judicial over it with Nathan yesterday. And Lewis was, do you know what, really magnanimous about it, I've got to say. That was Alex, wasn't it? Yeah, we called that one correctly. That's one of the development cars with the new bodywork for next year. Everyone really excited about the new body kit. slightly heavier, so we can expect the lap times to be a little bit slower next year, but the cars look great, really good reaction to that. And we've got Alex racing the car, and also we've got Bert Webster as well racing the new bodywork car, as we look at Nick Tandy trying to close in on Josh Porter. So he's P3 at the moment, so potentially a double podium for Tandy. And I think it's going to be up at the sharp end in the fastest off the front race that we get a little bit later on. Ovenden 7th, again, just has to finish here, just has to nurse it home. We did ask, I asked Tom earlier on whether he would, actually, we're going to have a bit of an onboard with Tom. I asked him, will you still do race 3? And he went, of course. And I haven't had that sort of affirmative answer since I asked Isaac Hajar when he was a junior, what's your aim? Formula One, he said, and that was very much the same kind of response. And the reason is he wants the points and he wants to get the team championship for Accelerate over Napa.
And that's fair, it's very direct, and that's what you want from a driver. And well, look at Hajar now, but look at Max Edmondson, he just made the move, didn't he? Got past the 15 of Cam Richardson, so he's moving up the order. It's just so fantastic to see. Look at the different colours of these cars, love it. There's no championship like it, they look great.
It's really good and really welcome attention that Nick Tandy coming into this brings. People really start to look at it, and we all know it's a great championship, but for me it's just underlined it and just saying how great this championship is. I know we've got former champions looking at coming back. There's talk of Dan Zelos having a look. Obviously we've got Nathan back with us as well. Nathan Harrison back with us this weekend. It's a real quality field, and even the drivers that aren't ex-champions are great. The likes of Max Edmondson, Nathan Edwards, really strong, and every bit as entertaining as the Touring Car Championship for me. Yeah,
exactly that. No, fully with you. Fully with you. So, all going off. So we're going to have a look, I think, at Tom Ovenden's start on board. Look at his eyes. Look at it, he looks very relaxed. He's proper giving the side eye there, isn't he, to Nick Tandy? Yeah, the proper side eye. It looks like that meme where the monkey's just looking at the side of his head. But look at this, this is brilliant insight. What a fantastic camera angle. Do you think he's looked at him and gone, OK, Le Mans winner, you can come through? That's a great onboard, but very calm. Ovenden then. You can see that the drivers don't turn their heads so much as Jensen O'Neill going, and a couple of others have got through. That was I didn't realise he'd had such a difficult start. He just wants to finish the race, obviously.
He does, he wants the points. Championship, Drivers' Championship first in this one, I'm guessing, and then Team Championship, perhaps a little bit more focus on the next race. Edwards has got the fastest lap. Nathan Edwards, who you've mentioned many times, a very frustrating start to the championship for Nathan. And he's closing up here, the two Nathans together here. This is going to be an interesting one. I mean, Nathan Edwards, barring the problems he had at the start of the year, would have been a championship contender for sure. We didn't see him really get into rub and race with Jamie Osborne as he pops down the inside of the former champion. To be fair to Nathan Harrison here, Nathan's betting himself back into this car. He said it's changed a lot since he was in it in 2020.
Yeah, these cars have changed quite a lot. I know they've changed tyre compounds, probably springs, and a couple of other things with these cars since he would have drove them. They were very agricultural back in the day. When I say back in the day, 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. But good to have him back. He's a charger, but them two we're talking about now, they're very hard charging. Edwards and Harrison, two of my harder charging cars.
Yep. Now JCW Sport, which is the H pattern gearbox rather than the more updated gearbox that they have here, and it's Howarth that has come through. And Nicky Gauci goes for the dive, the Maltese driver. I hope this isn't the last we see of the Malteser, because I'd love to see him coming back and racing something else with us. He won the Jam Sport Scholarship last year. Henry Howarth, though, has done a mega job this weekend. It looks like Henry Howarth is ahead of his Arch Championship rival, Archie, of course, Archie Johnson, back there in the 50-odd car, a little bit further back. So he's ahead of Johnson. So Howarth doing absolutely everything here to try and get into the lead and get more points on Johnson, who's 2 cars behind him. And that is a very close battle for the championship lead in the sports.
That shot of them coming onto the Grand Prix circuit, that summed up the sport category throughout this year. They're going hard at it. Look at the front of Gauci's car. Oh, get round the outside. I'll be well impressed if you pull that off. But no, this is silly hard fought. I like it. Let's see what you can do round the outside of clearways if you're brave enough.
Henry Howarth, and say he's a little bit battle scarred as it stands now. It's a Jam Sport car in the lead, Jam Sport P2, and then we go back to Chris Mackenzie running in the in the JCW team as well. And at the moment, Archie Johnson's got some work to do. Henry Houth wants the win, goes out wide, digs down the inside of the Maltese driver and grabs the class lead.
Great move. I could smell that a mile off. I could smell it a mile off. But look at Gauci now. Look at his front splitter. He's already took a knock. Those cars at the front they've just got little bits hanging off him. If he gets around the outside here, oh, be careful squeezing that hard.
He's got him.
Great stuff. Gauci gets it done. And look what's going on behind.
Here comes Archie Johnson up the inside of Chris McKenzie. The 10 car of Johnson chasing Howarth to negate the amount of points that the driver of the pink car will take away from him. So championship leaders at the moment, second and third in this group, this class. Look how close all the sports are. They are all there. They are all racing hard, which is great to see. I would welcome more JCW sport cars next year. I hope, I'm sure we will get more of them. This is the great racing that delivers. And Nicky Gauci, the Maltese driver, scholarship winner from last year, is leading this one from his teammate. In fact, it's a Jam Sport 1, 2, 3 now.
Wow, this is proper stuff, this. Look at this then. So Howarth there in the 42. He goes wide to the left, and that is a classic move. And to get that done and box it off at the top of Druids is a really exceptional move. Really, and it's risky, but the risk was proper. And you know what? He did squeeze him, but he did give him enough route on the exit. Oh no!
Oh, Nick! Oh, that is such a shame. Nicky Gauci is out. Go on then.
Front left punch, you mean?
Front left, yeah. That is a big shame for the sports and for Nicky and all the Maltese viewers. I know that do tune in to watch Nicky Gauci racing hard. Now, Max Edmondson has come through from the back and has scored Jensen O'Neill going.
Oh, wow. I don't know if I've got enough breath for this. Why is everyone going? You know, it's just the last day of school, isn't it? Oh, O'Neill going down a terrible exit. Max Edmondson gets the squeeze. I think he's going to have to tuck back in here. There's no way around the outside. And this will go all the way down to Hawthorne's. That super quick fifth gear corner onto the Grand Prix circuit. The Grand Prix circuit, it's the only place I ever say to people I would accept a race in a British touring car if somebody asked me. Look at this. Max Edmondson, he's now going to try and get the undercut. He's got so much speed. Oh, look at that. And he just tags the back, but brilliant stuff. And apparently there's yellow flags being waved, but he's got the job done in this sector. So he's got it done before I can see any yellow flags anyway.
He's caught and passed Porter and Ovenden, who are right up the sharp end, and he's off the back after that drive shaft failure yesterday.
Great
incredible effort from Edmondson. There's a tie-up with that team, actually, one of the touring car teams as well, I was pleased to see. So, you know, he's got his eyes rightly on a touring car drive in a couple of years' time. I think we'll see Edmondson and the Pro Alloys team.
I think there's been an accident here. Yeah. Okay, so
Harry Hickton.
Hickton's gone off.
Yep, and rightly red flags from that. Harry Hickton, who was challenging for a podium yesterday, did get the podium in. Oh, no. Yeah, that's such a shame.
And you know what? Look how quick they're on the scene.
Yeah.
And he is devastated.
Yeah.
And you know, we've seen him rolling around there. That wasn't hopefully because of injury. That was because he knows.
That scared me for a moment. I've got to say
the budget. Done. That is horrendous. That looks like a full write-off. So back on board with Ovenden. I don't want to speculate on what's happened, but just so we're clear on this, that was not a nice sight to see. But everybody at home, that was a driver devastated at the damage that was done to that car.
Yeah,
I'm just so glad he's fine.
I'm glad he's out. He's, you know, lovely family, super driver, of course, the Mini Cooper champion. We've got a couple of things to sort of put right Cooper-wise to talk about. One thing that we need to put right with Harry Hickton is that viewers, we did explain this on the stream yesterday, but for viewers that have joined us on Sunday afternoon, last time when we were out at Silverstone, Harry was third on the road and had a track limits penalty. So in the result, he didn't get a podium interview, but after the meeting, after the broadcast finished, that was rescinded. So he did get his first JCW podium. So belated congratulations to him on that. We know he's on podium pace. He's a quick fella, but yeah, not what we wanted to see at all.
No, not at all. Proper fast lad. Look at that. He's so upset. He's just gutted because he knows every corner has been ripped off that car. That is a big accident. Whatever has happened there, you could see there was big gouges in the grass. Looks like it's caught something and rolled. So that is between Hawthorne's and Westfield, I reckon. So a fast. Wow. So this is coming out of Hawthorne's, and that is towards Westfield. That is 120 miles an hour plus in fifth gear. Absolutely rapid. Look at how strong that car is. So this was the sport battle, wasn't it? So this was the sport battle going on.
Yep.
Down to Hawthorne's a really fast corner. So yeah, there's been, look at the tyre marks from, he looks like he's got wide on the curbs on the left.
Yep.
The car has then hit the barriers on the right, and then it's barrel rolled. That is the biggest mini accident I've seen since, was it Barker or Baker at Bolton Park? Massive crash.
Yeah, nasty one. And, you know, thankfully, we see that he's out of the car. He'll have to have the medical check because the adrenaline gets you out of the car and everything else. Apologies if the initial image upset anyone. Did us?
Yeah, no, it did.
Have a look at, but great to see that he's up and okay. There's the champion-elect, so we'll get a decision on what will happen. They'll try and clear up and get it's going to take a little while to clear this one up. While we were talking about all things Mini, just to let you know, we've got a really good... I've been winding Rhea Beauchamp, who looks after the coordination and management of the championship, because every time we've been on air, the last 3 events, she goes, I'll have the calendar out in the week. And it's never been out in the week, but they have given it to us today. And it's have you seen the calendar?
I've not seen it, but there was an update on what was going to be happening next year, which I didn't get a chance to read, obviously, because ITV Sport give me about 6 million jobs in the morning. Thanks, guys.
They do. Anyway, we've got seven JCW dates with us on touring car weekends, which is great. But the bonus is we've got 4 Cooper dates. So that means that we've got a double header. So we've got, well, they're calling it a mini carnival. Snetterton's going to be a mini carnival. So we're going to have JCWs and Coopers on the same bill that day.
Lovely.
It is good. So they're going to have to get 2 buses for the judicials.
Oh, Richard, why would you say that? Do you know, we were just looking at that damage on that barrier that he hit. That it looks like a post has been hit pretty hard. So that'll be very interesting to see what they do with that. That post there, that's took a big hit. That's going to be a big stoppage.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a delay. Okay, so while we are having a delay, probably a little bit of a good time to take a break. Get yourself a cup of tea and a bicky and ready for the restart. We'll be back with you in just a couple of minutes. Here's how they line up for the restart. Charlie Hand on pole from Nick Tandy, Nicholas to get formal. Nathan Edwards next up from Nathan Harrison, then Josh Porter and Jensen O'Neill going. We've seen them in pit lane though. Max Edmondson and Tom Ovenden are next up from Lewis Selby and Harry Campy, and on row 6 Alex Solly and Ned Anthony. Owen Hillman lines up on row 7. He's next to Albert Webster. Cam Richardson on row 8 with Alex Brandon. Then it is Brent Bowe. The first of the sport drivers, Henry Howarth, looking to get closer to the championship leader, Archie Johnson, who lines up P2 in that class. Chris McKenzie is third from Ben Crossley. He's third in the championship at the moment, Ben Crossley. And then Will Crooks completing our grid. A little bit of a shout out for Ben Crossley. This is his home one as well, and fighting for third place in the sport category with Chris McKenzie. Had a super race yesterday, did Ben Crossley. Both of them have won sport class wins this year so far, so very hard fought third place. And I hope that both of those guys are going to have budgets to come back and race with us next year, which would be good to see. And as if by magic, we get to have a look at, there is Ben Crossley in the blue car, there is Cameron, just in front of him is Chris McKenzie. So those 2 guys dicing for third in the championship, 2 cars in front of them dicing for the overall. Green flag from the back of the field. Albert Webster at a jaunty angle we saw in his newly bodied car, and we're ready to go for the second time for the Vertu Motors JCW Mini Challenge. Away we go. Nick Tandy's had an absolute belter of a start, Paul O'Neill.
What a start from Nick Tandy. That is some start. Wow, from front wheel drive. I mean, that looked like it was his Audi at Le Mans. Wow.
That was good stuff. Is that one where the clerk, of course, says you nearly jumped the start?
I think he's got that bang on. He's got that bang on. Brilliant.
Yeah, that line incident, he came from Rob Boston. He had a clerk tell him that once, and maybe we'll see Rob Boston's team in this next year. I know they were thinking about it and looking at it, but remains to be seen. The lights on tells us that's Albert Webster in the number 2. Great to see Albert back. I don't think we're going to see him next year, which is a great pity, but the car is out there and in the shop window, so to speak, for number 2. Not scoring points in this one, but we're on board with our potential champion.
Absolutely brilliant stuff. Look at him, eyes on stalks, as all he's trying to do is just finish this race. Hillman is doing everything he can. This is a terrible position for Ovenden. I'd be surprised if he didn't just break early, but look, he's not got 1, he's got 2 to look out for.
Yeah, they want to get past him and have a little bit of a scalp, don't they? He's holding on to it for the moment, so he is there. Ned Anthony in the mix as well. Has had rookie wins. We've got a car on the dirt there. That is Henry Howarth. Henry Howarth, who was the leading sport runner, has a wide moment there, and that is a nice little gift for Archie Johnson, who takes the class lead.
Wow. That's pretty impressive stuff, isn't it? Getting that car back on the track at that speed on the grass. We said how wrong it can go, and we've seen it already. So I'm just glad to see he's got back on. Yeah,
that's the best news as we get the two Nathans re-engaging in battle once again. Nathan Edwards busy chasing returning Nathan Harrison, and this year's main Nathan doing the chasing here in the 11-11 Interclaim's car, goes into Paddock Hill Bend and putting the challenge on, but it's Tandy out front in this one at the moment from Charlie Hand in P2. Who'd have thought that we'd have a multiple, a Le Mans winner, a multiple endurance sports car champion and winner, dicing with junior saloon car champion from a few years ago. Brilliant stuff.
Absolutely brilliant, isn't it? And I tell you what, I've got to give it to Hand. He's keeping him honest. Yeah, he's keeping him honest.
He's a quick lad. Crawley boy is Charlie Hand, and pretty much has done well in everything he has raced. There is Tom Ovenden, as we say, down in 9th place at the moment. A couple of drivers ahead of him that won't score points in this one as guest drivers or otherwise, but all he needs to do is finish.
We seen that yesterday, didn't we? Running wide and catching that wreck to cell barrier.
Alex Brandon, that's not. There is time here for that to be recovered if Marshall's post is nearby, but that's a little bit worrying to see that. Hopefully Alex won't be too shaken up by that as Tandy continues to lead. If we go to safety car again, it'll be curtains on this one, won't it? But I don't imagine we will, because that car is running. Yeah, the car will be fine, but whether or not they'll just put a yellow out there, because it just depends how much. So the Marshalls... Well done, lads. Yeah. Well done, lads. Thank you, lads, as well. So they got that out of the way, haven't they? Yeah, mega work from the marshalling team. Perfect. Absolutely brilliant, lads and girls, of course, in our Marshall super stuff. As we still look, there is Lewis Selby at the head of this group. Have a look at that again. It's the car with the new bodywork on, Alex Brandon, and it looks absolutely great. Doesn't look so good when it hits the barrier, though. Oh, wow, yeah. It looked like he did it on his own as well. Oh, he just got unlucky. Oh. He got unlucky with how he went off. It looked like he went off on his own. But look at that. I mean, he got out of the way, thank goodness. But that front right tyre looks delaminated, or maybe the wheel arch is coming off. I just hope he can feel something and maybe slow it down and get back to the pits if it is broken. Yeah, it is. Now, this is great. We've only got 3 minutes left. We've got some real fast boys at the front. Nick Tandy leads the Vertu Motors JCWs. Go on, I'll come back to that. What? Just seeing a little yellow flag being waved in that sector, so yeah, it's getting covered. I expect that. Charlie Hand in P2. Then we've got Nathan Harrison and Nathan Edwards with Max Edmondson in 5th. We've got some big shooters out here. Imagine this next year. I know we're not going to get Nick Tandy back next year, but imagine if Jamie Osborne gets another shout at it, or Zelos, or whatever. This could be absolutely mega stuff going on. You never know, mate. Nick might be having a great time like these two boys are. Go on. Yeah, getting stuck in. So Archie Johnson, Chris McKenzie, the JRW Bitcoin car, getting stuck in. Ben Crossley is in 3rd place. Henry Howarth in pink is 4th, and with the championship slipping away a little bit from Henry. Still doable at the moment, and he wants an extra point. He pops the car up the inside of the 210 machine and goes up to 3rd in class. It's Johnson leading it, and Ben Crossley, he's going to be the next target, and I have to say metaphorical target for the 3rd place car, who wants the championship points. Howarth, after that off, is trying to recover. We'll see whether he can go through, but Johnson there at the moment, the leader. Howarth's only got 1:55 to get through ahead of Crossley. Here's a replay of that move. That's great stuff, this. No contact at all there. That was brilliant. They got really close, didn't they? But yeah, they're still at it. Look at that swarm. That's proper stuff, isn't it? And we got it. Oh, that's a good overlap going up to Drivets, but no, not going to happen. Great stuff from the sport category. Loving this. Yeah, all behaving themselves well. And Ben Crossley at the moment, who is there, is trying to annex 3rd into the blue car, holding on to 3rd in the championship here with a good attacking drive from young Ben there. We've got Porter in the mix as well, so we've got JCW's in the mix looking to, of course, the pit lane starters, looking to get stuck in and get past them. O'Neill going, trying to get past 5 guys here. Dear me. One corner for Jensen, isn't it? Good effort. Do you know what was really nice to see there? He didn't just disrespectfully drive them out of the way. Good point. Stuff. Yeah, he's a good lad. Yeah, Jensen always comes over and says hello. Really good lad. Credit to him, the family, and the team, and the 2 championships that he's raced in the past. As Ben Crossley makes a move here, challenging for the lead. So we've got things going on in the background as well. Lots of chasing going on there. So just getting confirmation that Edmondson should win the Rookie Cup with this one. So we're going to have 2 champions out of 3 crowned here, I think, in this race. But this sport battle has been great. And Ben Crossley looking to try and set up another win in this category, chasing the championship leader. Absolutely stunning stuff. You can tell how hard fought this is, because this is the most coverage they've had all year. And that is because they are going hammer and tongs at it. Look at this queue of sport category cars with a H-pattern gearbox and less power, but just brilliant entertainment. I hope we see Ben Crossley back next year, but bear in mind that we've got JCWs in the mix as well, as Archie Johnson in the TJ Hall car leads them down across the line again. Josh Porter's going to go to the outside. Remember, he's in the faster JCW full spec car, makes the pass on Crossley. Will Crossley be able to get a little bit of a tow, or maybe follow him and have a go at Archie Johnson out front? Jenson O'Neill going follows them. Then it is Henry Howarth closing up as well. Porter's through. Jenson O'Neill goes through. Remember, JCW cars getting involved and just passing the sport runners, but it is still, at the moment, Archie Johnson the leader. And we'll see, Ben Crossley's lost a wee bit of ground here. The clock's run out. And out front, it's going to be Nick Tandy to grab a win as Chris McKenzie looks all over the back of Henry Howarth to try and get up onto the podium here. Yeah, it's all going off, isn't it? I can't see it ending like it is at the minute. There's a little bit of headbutting going on in the sport category, giving headbutts out to the main category. Very nice from Crossley. He's like, get on with it, mate. Oh, here we go, getting on with it. Great move. Yeah, this is the 2 Nathans getting stuck in again. So it is Nathan Edwards that's gone ahead of Nathan Harrison, Max Edmondson in the mix as well. The clock is down. This is the last few corners of our penultimate race of the year, and a great job by the BARC for getting this second half of the race run, and a great job here. Superstar by Nick Tandy for the superstar for the superstar super sub this weekend. He's going to take a win. Here he comes then. Nick Tandy takes the win in the minis from second position. Charlie Hand gets the winner's points in that one, with Nathan Edwards in third. Nathan Harrison proving that he has lost nothing in the year since we've lost him. He's in 4th place from Max Edmondson, the new rookie champion. Well done, Max Edmondson and Pro Alloys Racing. Lewis Selby next, Alex Solly from Harry Campy, and our new champion, provisionally of course, for any championship that we announce here, is Tom Ovenden, who comes home across the line in 9th place. Wow, great race that was. Congratulations to all concerned, but just a little fanboying thing from me. Nick Tandy, absolutely brilliant. Can somebody have a word with his current employers to let him come and play every weekend? Yeah, there was an email that Lewis Selby was talking about, because as a Porsche driver, he's got an asked permission to race, and it said something like, "We hereby give permission to race minis with your friends," or something like. It was that kind of tone. But here's our champion, Tom Ovenden, double champion, won the Cooper class. If you want to come into mini racing, the Cooper class is a mega place to start. And what an apprenticeship! Look at that! Yes, absolutely brilliant. That is excellent. What an onboard. That's how much it means. And like you say, what an advert for Mini Challenge. Great stuff from you, Tom. Fair play. You deserve all the plaudits you get. You never give up. And, you know, bit of a shame about what happened at the end of the championship, but he needed to come here and do it, and it wasn't just a one-horse race. It wasn't, no. Superb weekends racing, done the job. He's a great, as I say, it's a super paddock, and they've all done really, and it just, you know, now we finally got the dates from Ria for next year. Really looking forward to an exciting season, and a lot of people lining up to do Taste Today, I think, in December. Look at the website if you want to come and have a go, and loads of people coming in next year for sure by the look of it. So here's how they complete round 18, the penultimate race of the season. Congratulations, Nick Tandy, on getting the win from Charlie Hand, who gets the winner's points, of course. Charlie Hand, best ever result P2 from Nathan Edwards, again up at the sharp end, and a super return for former champion Nathan Harrison. Max Edmondson, the new rookie champion, 5th. Lewis Selby, great drive from the back into 6th place from Lewis Selby, 2nd in the table. Alex Solly is 7th from Harry Campy, and our new champion, congratulations, Tom Ovenden. Owen Hillman completing the top 10 for Pro Alloys Racing. Ned Anthony was 11th from Albert Webster, and Cam Richardson 13th from Brent Bowie and Josh Porter. Archie Johnson gets the victory in the sport category. Behind him was Jenson O'Neill going in the JCW. Ben Crossley gets 2nd in the sports, and Henry Howarth in 3rd, I think keeping his championship hopes alive ahead of Chris McKenzie, who completes our top 20. Will Crooks next up from Alex Brandon, who soldiered on, and we saw issues very sadly for Nicky Gauci and more expensively sadly for Harry Hickton, but Harry was okay. Wow. Down in Parc Ferme. So much to do here, isn't there? Chat to our winner, our champions. There is our champion, rightly delighted.
Yeah. Why was his visor down there? I think he's crying. Good lad.
Why not?
I'd be crying if I won a championship. Good effort.
Okay, so we've done the sums, or someone's done them for us. And Tom Ovenden confirmed as our champion from Lewis Selby and Jamie Osborne. Max Edmondson fourth from Nathan Edwards. Edmondson winning the Rookie Drivers' Championship from Harry Campion, Harry Hickton. Charlie Hand in fourth from Cameron Richardson in P5. JCW Sport, Archie Johnson, 9 points clear of Henry Howarth, with Ben Crossley next up from Chris McKenzie and Will Crooks. Henry Howarth winning the rookie version from Archie, Will and Nicky Gauchi. And Louise is with our winners down in Victory Lane.
Yeah, I'm with a very emotional mini challenge champion. We can see just on your face what this means to you.
Yeah, I can't really believe it, to be honest. Yeah, it's hard to put this into words, to be honest. That was a crazy race, obviously with the red flag, it was getting disrupted, and I just knew I just had to keep my head cool. All I had to do was finish in that race, and my start on the restart was terrible, so I thought, if people come past, I thought that's okay, just drive to the end, and that's all he had to do. But yeah, unbelievable.
You look so chilled sitting out there in the grid. We could see you on the onboard camera. The guys were talking about the fact that he looks very, very relaxed, but obviously a lot was going through your head. Yeah,
100%. We've really tried to just stay in our process all weekend and treat it like normal, even though we've known we've been this close. So just to finally release this tension that we've had all weekend it's an amazing feeling.
And it's really just come to you in the last couple of rounds, hasn't it? I mean, obviously for obvious reasons, but nonetheless, it's been a special season, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, to Jamie, I still hope he's doing okay. It's such a shame he couldn't be at this round, but it's been a very special year. I have to remind myself that I do deserve to be here, and I've put in a lot of work this year to try and make this possible. And I'm just so proud of everyone. It's it's unbelievable, it really is.
How does this compare? I mean, it's not that long ago you were standing here winning another mini champion at Brands Hatch. How does this one compare?
Well, when I first joined Minis in 2021, I never thought I'd win a race, let alone win the Coopers. Then to do that, and then when we finally made this leap up to JCWs, never thought we'd win this either. So it's not quite real at the moment. I'm sure it will be in the next 2 days, hopefully.
Fantastic result. Congratulations. I think